Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another episode of Myth Busting Mondays. In today's video for the final myth, we're going to be testing if whether or not that if you are underwater as a special infected, will you become less susceptible to taking damage from bullet weapons. Or another way of saying it without being as wordy, does water make it so that way your gun is weaker and makes it that way you need more bullets to kill the same special infected than you would if they were on land? If you guys end up enjoying today's video, please drop a like by the end, subscribe if you are new, and if you have a myth of your very own that you would also like to have be featured in next week's episode, please by all means put them here in the comment section down below, or you can also put them within my Discord server, which is going to be linked down below in this video's description. But with all that being said, guys, I hope you end up enjoying this week's episode of Left 4 Dead 2 Myth Busting Mondays. Myth: can you stop a charging charger by throwing a Molotov at it? Okay guys, myth number 1 is going to be submitted in by Juice World, rest in peace, but thank you for submitting your myth in my way, my friend. So this is just a slightly different version than the final myth that we had for last week, where if you could stop a charging charger with a pipe bomb, which was already stupid, but believe it or not, you can do this with the Molotov too, which makes this extra stupid because, first of all,
this doesn't make any sense.
But secondly, why does the Molotov not break on impact? It can actually bounce off a wall before it ends up breaking. That makes no sense to me. Regardless of how I found it though, the myth is confirmed at the end of the day.
But Valve, I swear to God, if you end up telling me that this can also happen with the bio bomb, we're gonna have to talk.
Myth: can you use a smoker's tongue to win the shooting gallery minigame? Alrighty guys, so myth number 2 is going to be submitted in by Quabursco. Now we're already running into a problem straight out of the gate where my tongue technically will not shoot out of my smoker when I'm trying to shoot these targets. Without a player being in the presence of my smoker, I can't get the tongue to actually launch. My guy is just coughing instead. He's having mesothelioma. So for this next one here, we're going to just no-clip ourselves into the minigame and spawn in an AI smoker to see if whether or not this will work. Now, here's the thing, is that this also has its own issues, because when we do this, even though it is clipping through the targets, it's not giving us an actual score. You can tell because the target gets stuck rather than falling over, indicating you've gotten a point. Even where the smoker's tongue perfectly hits one of the targets up in the very front in order to end up grabbing me here, it still does not register as a point. It just clips through and ignores the gallery. So I'm going to have to label myth 2 as busted. Myth: can you kill a tank with one clip of an AK-47 with explosive rounds? Alrighty guys, myth number 3 is going to be submitted in by Lewis here today, so I'm just going to do what he says. I'm going to load up an AK-47 with explosive rounds and just shoot at a tank. Keep in mind, this is also on easy mode to give us the most likely chance of being able to kill him, but I'm already getting about halfway there and I'm not really noticing any sort of difference. So we're just going to have to wait and see. The incendiary rounds did prove me wrong last time. I didn't think that those were going to work when I used them on a Scar, I think. But unfortunately, the AK cannot say the same thing. It did not end up working. Not gonna lie, this did shock me a bit because I always thought explosive rounds were stronger in my mind. I will say this though, is that the explosive rounds were helpful though because we were already close to killing the tank. You guys can see here that I only just needed to shoot him a couple more times before he ended up dying. So the myth is busted, but it was pretty close. Myth: can you defib a player who got crushed by an object? Alrighty guys, so myth number 4 is going to be submitted in by Tyler. Now we're going to just crush Quabursco's internal organs for your amusement here real quick by crushing him with the Crash Course car and seeing if whether or not a defib will allow him to be able to live another day. Well, live with a asterisk question mark. Alright, so the truck should be landing any second now and killing Quabursco. It looks like it just did it right now, so I'm going to go over to defib his body once the truck has fully crushed him. Yeah, I can't really explain that one. It's technically confirmed, but why? Alrighty guys, and now it is time for the final myth, and once again it is going to be, if a special infected is underwater, are they less susceptible to damage when they get shot at with bullet guns? So now let's head over to the finale of Death Toll, where we have the most amount of water to work with. Have a special infected, specifically a tank, go underneath the water and shoot him a couple times and see what exactly happens. Myth: can special infected take less damage to bullets while underwater? Okay guys, the last myth is going to be submitted in by Vader. Now we're going to get a base first, so that way we know what we're working with. I'm going to shoot Tyler once with the Magnum, so Tyler by default has 6,000 HP, and shooting him once with the Magnum now leaves him with 5,924 HP. Or in other words, I did 76 damage to Tyler. Now we went over to the deepest part of the water over here, and you guys can see that when I shoot Tyler again, this is now the new numbers. Tyler now has 5,849 HP. Or in other words, I did 75 damage to him, meaning that the bullet had 1% less damage. Now because that was so minuscule, we decided to keep testing further, so now after being shot again on land, Tyler lost 34 HP because Globbersko shot him with a normal pistol. So that is the base once again for above water, just with a different gun. Now testing it again while underwater, Globbersko is once again going to shoot Tyler, and now this is his new HP. Tyler's new HP is now 5,781. Here's the weird thing though, is that that's the exact same number of damage, 34 once again. So now this becomes weird, because when I shot Tyler, even though it was a difference of 1 HP, he was still safer underwater when I shot him, but now when Globbersko shot him, there's no difference. So we decided to have me be the one that shot Tyler once again to see if there's a difference between just the guns we're using. So when I shot Tyler this time, I ended up doing 79 damage. Now I'm going to have Tyler and me both go underwater, and I'm going to shoot him again this time and see if there's a difference. So when I shoot him underwater, I now gave him 79 damage again. Let's shoot Tyler again, that sounds funny. Okay, so this time when I shot Tyler, I ended up doing 78 damage to him. So even on land, all the damage values are different. They're never the same. Which is weird because I don't ever remember the tank having like a headshot multiplier or any body multipliers whatsoever. It's just the same damage everywhere you shoot him. So having a different number, even with the same gun, is just bizarre to me. So let's do this one more time. I shoot Tyler with my Magnum once again on land, and he goes from 5,090 health to 5,012 health, which is once again 78 damage. Now let's have Tyler and me go underneath of the water just one last time to see if there's a difference. So Tyler's got 5,012 health, and now he's got 4,935 health. So that means that I did 77 damage to Tyler, which means that this worked again by just 1%. So now it worked again. So what's going on here? Because this is confusing me now. It's consistently inconsistent. But for what reason? Like, why is this happening? Because it's beyond me. We chose the tank specifically because he doesn't have any damage multipliers that we know of. If you shoot him anywhere, it's the same damage. I'm using the same gun to shoot him, and all that we're doing is having him go underwater or not go underwater. That's the only difference here. But it's a different result every single time. So I'm not entirely sure what to do here. The best I can come up with is just to label the myth as plausible with a question mark at the end. Like, I don't think this has ever happened before, where on the one hand we've had a myth be both confirmed and busted at the same time, because you guys saw the footage with me. You saw that how at the beginning it was confirmed, and then by the end it was like this busted / plausible crap. It was really bizarre. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that you would lean more towards the sides of confirmed or the sides of busted? Because this really could go either way. But yeah guys, that is going to be here for today's video, and I do truly hope you guys ended up enjoying it. If you did, please consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and all that beautiful stuff. If you guys have a myth of your very own that you'd like to be featured in next week's episode, please by all means put them here in the comment section down below, or also alternatively, you can put them within my Discord server, which is going to be linked down below in this video's description. But with all that being said guys, I hope you end up enjoying seeing another YouTube video from the most unique YouTubers are ever going to see. Thanks for watching guys, I love all of you, and peace out.
Hey meme lords, Jesus here. And you better have enjoyed that video there by the eternal god Daddy Ninja. You should probably subscribe too, or the mighty Moab will come for your balls. If you enjoyed the video, you might like it too. And give me the memes. Flash, bang, boom!